Welcome back to your channel. Please I beg you make your subscribe. In this channel Benjamin Sesko has already named Dream Club after Man United transfer update. The latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip, including Benjamin Sesko's stance amid interest from the Reds. Benjamin Sesko has already revealed what club he would like to play for amid links to Manchester United. The 22-year-old's long-term future remains uncertain after another standout season in Germany, where he finished with 21 goals and 6 assists in 45 appearances. Sesko was heavily linked with a move to Arsenal this summer, before the North Londoners opted to pursue Viktor Gyökeres instead. That has opened the door for other clubs, including United, to move for the Slovenian striker. According to journalist Ben Jacobs, he has returned to the Reds' radar as they look to sign a new attacker before the season gets underway on August 17. That the Manchester Evening News understands the forward rejected a move to Old Trafford in 2022, with his agent paying multiple visits to Old Trafford and Carrington since. Earlier this month, TBR Football reported that Sesko's representatives had been in contact with United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Newcastle United. Leipzig are believed to have valued the 22-year-old at €90 million, £78 million. However, Sesko has already revealed the club he most wants to play for. "I would love to play for Real Madrid," he said back in December 2023. "These are big words, but I will try my best, and then we will see where it will take me." While Sesko is believed to be on United's shortlist, Jacobs notes that several targets are also being considered. Speaking about his future back in May, Sesko said, "The club has given me a lot and continues to give me a lot every day. It's a great club to develop at. I'm currently a player for RB Leipzig, so I'm taking it day by day. If a transfer happens, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't." Recently, Sesko dropped his biggest hint yet that he could stay at Leipzig for the upcoming season and beyond. In an Instagram story, he shared 2 photos of himself wearing the club's new 2025-26 kit, posing with the number 30 shirt. Manchester United must complete 4 transfers immediately to strengthen one position. Manchester United have probably had better and worse Monday mornings in recent years, but this one has perhaps been their biggest wake-up call this summer. United are on the verge of confirming the arrival of Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford, a deal that improves this squad while also ending the prolonged and torturous saga that had threatened to hijack the summer window. Marcus Rashford, meanwhile, is on the verge of leaving the Reds for Barcelona, as close as possible to the dream scenario for all parties. However, away from the United bubble, a warning siren has been sounded. Over on Merseyside, Eintracht Frankfurt have agreed to the £79 million sale of Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool, a player who fits the profile that the Reds are looking to sign themselves. This is a troublesome update for Ruben Amorim and company, as it now appears that United are at risk of missing out on the one signing they desperately need. The current state of play in the transfer window should make worrying reading for the Reds. Ekitike is off to Liverpool. Viktor Gyökeres looks to be Arsenal-bound, and Men's Sport understands there are no intentions from United to bid for him. Victor Osimhen, meanwhile, has never seemed to be seriously crossing United's path, and is due to sign for Galatasaray. Suddenly, the number of top-class strikers available is dwindling. There is a consensus that United need to sell players in order to build their budget for a centre-forward. Who is Ali Barat? Super agent who could be key to Manchester United's next signing. Premier League clubs are gearing up for another massive summer of expenditure as Liverpool, Manchester United, and Chelsea aim to revamp their squads ahead of the forthcoming season. The reigning Premier League champions have already splashed out more than £150 million on Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez, and are poised to increase that figure after agreeing a potential £79 million deal for Eintracht Frankfurt forward Hugo Ekitike. Meanwhile, United spending is just shy of £70 million following the acquisitions of Mateus Cunha and Diego Leon. However, this amount is set to more than double after the Old Trafford outfit agreed a £71 million deal with Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo over the weekend over at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, still basking in the glow of their recent Club World Cup victory, are on track for another summer of lavish spending, with the signings of Jamie Giddens, João Pedro, and Liam Delap totaling more than £150 million. But the Premier League club's spending spree hasn't stopped there, with Noni Madueke last week departing Chelsea to join Arsenal in a deal worth approximately £50 million, reports the Liverpool Echo. And Maduke's former Stamford Bridge colleague Nicholas Jackson could soon be heading for the exit too, with the Senegal international reportedly in discussions with Manchester United earlier this month. Jadon Sancho Man United exit twist as Premier League rivals prepare transfer bid. Manchester United have been informed by Jadon Sancho that he wishes to leave Old Trafford this summer permanently. Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho's transfer exit has reportedly taken a new twist as Premier League rivals Nottingham Forest are thought to be preparing an offer for him. Sancho spent last season on loan at Chelsea after a public fallout with Erik ten Hag in September 2023. Following a loan stint at Borussia Dortmund in the second half of that campaign, it was claimed that the winger and ten Hag had resolved their differences. Yet on deadline day, United agreed a loan with an obligation to buy deal with the Blues for Sancho. After an underwhelming spell at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea were reportedly not able to agree a salary with Sancho, and the obligatory transfer fell through with Enzo Maresca's side forced to pay £5 million in compensation to United. Since then, the Englishman has made it clear he wants to leave Old Trafford permanently, and he has been heavily linked with a move to Juventus. However, the Sun understand that Forest are willing to throw a spanner in the works. IT has claimed the East Midlands club are working hard to replace Anthony Elanga, who joined Newcastle for £55 million this summer, a deal which the Reds benefited from. One option that Forest have shortlisted to fill that gap in their squad is Sancho. Nuno Espirito Santo's team are believed to be confident that Sancho could follow a similar redemption arc that Elanga managed at the City Ground. This is not thought to be the first time that Forest have been interested in the winger. They were believed to be keen on a Sancho loan last summer, but, of course, Chelsea won the race. However, with European football guaranteed in some capacity this season, a move to Forest could be seen as more appealing this time round. Sancho has also been linked with a move to the Turkish Super League, with former United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said to be keen on signing him at Beşiktaş. Earlier this week, Sancho's Instagram post was hijacked by Turkish fans telling him to make the move to Turkish-strange Manchester United decision against Leeds United explained as interesting. Point made. Man United drew 0-0 against Leeds in their first pre-season friendly fixture of 2025, with an unusual decision spotted at halftime against the Whites. Manchester United began pre-season with a 0-0 draw against Leeds United on Saturday in Stockholm. They are set to be joined this summer by Bryan Mbeumo, who will soon complete a move to Old Trafford from Brentford in a £70 million deal. The Reds will continue their preparations for the new campaign with a pre-season tour of the United States. Amorim's side traveled to Chicago on Tuesday and will be based in the city for the majority of their three-match tour. United's first match in the Premier League Summer Series is against West Ham United in New Jersey on July 26. They then return to Chicago to face Bournemouth before their tour concludes against Everton in Atlanta on August 3. And one noticeable moment during the Leeds fixture on Saturday was the sight of Amorim's players doing fitness drills at halftime. Performance monitoring technology company STAT Sports have since offered their explanation of the unusual scenes. United's players will be looking to reach full fitness ahead of a daunting Premier League opener at home to Arsenal on August 17. The Reds also face tough league fixtures against Manchester City and Chelsea in the opening 2 months of 2025-26. Reds boss Ruben Amorim handed United